Hi, this is Jason Nickleby, Coordinator of Officials with the Minnesota State High School League, and this is football officiating training tape number 1. This is the first tape of about 7 or 8 tapes, and we'll look at a variety of plays that involve mechanics, judgment, some rules knowledge, penalty enforcement, and positioning. And we'll just talk about how the crews interact and how we can get these plays correct when we have them in our games. Almost all of these examples are excellent examples of officiating and mechanics and positioning and what we're looking for in officials on Friday night games. So not picking on any one school or crew or person, just trying to use these plays to learn and get better, and hopefully that's helpful for you as we get going with the 2019 season. So with that, we'll take a look at some plays. On this first play, we're going to have a running play to the left. It's a broken play. Quarterback tries to hand the ball to the left, and then running back goes to the right. So when we have broken plays, as officials, our radar should go up for illegal blocks, holding, cut blocks, anything unusual, just because the players are going to be off kilter because the play didn't get run the way they thought it would. So our radar should be up. If you take a look at the blocks that take place at the 826, you're going to see some suspect block in the back possibilities. The first one, not one we want called. He initiates contact, maintains contact, never lets him go as far as letting go his contact with him, and then he pushes him to the ground. As long as you initiate contact in the front legally or on the side, you can have a hand on the back, maintain that contact, and push him to the ground, and that is not a foul. Now, the other one, he loses contact with him, then puts 2 hands in the back and shoves him to the ground. This is enough for a block in the back and is properly called by the head linesman. So excellent mechanics on this. We stay home, let the play pass us, and we get a real good look at this, flag down, and then continue to officiate the play. We don't forget to officiate. So this is really well done by the head linesman. So first one, don't want that called because he maintains contact, and you can have some contact in the back as long as you maintain contact with the player that's being blocked. Other one, loses contact. This is enough for a foul. On this play, we're going to have excellent mechanics by the crew and really good judgment. We're going to have a long pass down the middle. We're in really good position, back judges. Line of scrimmage officials were holding until the pass is imminent. Once it's imminent, you can go. And then you'll notice here that when he's tackled, he lands on the defender and then rolls over the top of him and then lands on the ground. And we properly give him the yardage that he attained. So the common mistake that we make on this is to give it to him right where they go to the ground. This is properly officiated. He is given his full forward progress. So this is really well done. Line of scrimmage, back judge, keep it in between you, and then give him the proper yardage. In fact, if he doesn't even hit the ground with his knee, he would be able to continue to run out of this. So again, back judge maintains his cushion, can keep it in front of him, has a real good look at it. Line of scrimmage officials, excellent spot. The only thing back judges, not on this play necessarily, but just make sure we don't backpedal too long because eventually players can run faster forward than we can backpedal. So if you feel that you need to turn and go, turn your hips and go. But as long as we can maintain our cushion, you can maintain a back pedal or turn your hips and go as well. But excellent coverage by the back judge and the line of scrimmage officials on this play. On this play, we'll have a long pass play down the seam that will go for a touchdown. And I just thought it was a really excellent example of mechanics and coverage by the crew. So first, umpire comes up to the line when we know that a pass is going to take place. We read our keys, read pass, get up to the line. Line of scrimmage officials, pass is imminent, so now we're going to go. And then back judge, excellent positioning at the goal line when the ball arrives. Again, we talked about in the previous play, don't get caught in a back pedal for too long. At some point we need to turn our hips and go so that we can beat the ball carrier to the goal line. We want to be there just in case number 22 drops the ball early, or it gets punched out of there by the defensive player, and we need to be on the goal line so we can have a good vantage point as it relates to touchdown or fumble in the field of play. But in this case, excellent mechanics, line of scrimmage, umpire, and then good positioning by the back judge. Back judges, if he keeps going deeper into the end zone, again, we're going to act like we have a camera in our belt buckle. We're going to turn and face the receiver so that we keep an eye on him all the time, make sure he doesn't get personal fouled, he doesn't spike the ball, throat slash, etc. That doesn't happen here, but we'd want to turn with the receiver like there's a camera in our belt buckle, turn and face with him, and then clear him until he gets off the field. But again, excellent mechanics, line of scrimmage, umpire getting up to the line, and then back judge, excellent positioning and call at the end of this play. Well done by the crew. On this play, I want to take a look at mechanics for line of scrimmage officials on plays inside the 10, inside the 5, line to gain, goal line, those kind of factors. So in this play, we're going to have a 4th and 1 play at the 8-yard line. So we have line to gain to contend with. Typically on a play inside the 10-yard line of scrimmage officials are going to go to the 5 and then work backwards. Now, if we have a line to gain involved, then we need to get to that line first, and then we can float to the 5 and onto the goal line if that's what we need to do. So line to gain is the most important line here on this play, not the 5-yard line, and so we would need to get to that first and then adjust. In this case, we do that, and then we adjust backwards to get the spot, come in hard and sell, and then the referee dispenses of the first down very quickly and efficiently. So we're going to come all the way into players, line of scrimmage officials. If it's a tight one for line to gain, this is anywhere on the field, we're going to come all the way to players and then stop. Umpires hand the ball to the line of scrimmage official who can put it down. So line of scrimmage official, we don't have to come in quite as far. As soon as you get to players, you can stop and put the ball down, and then referees, you can make your determination. But well done as far as getting to the line to gain and then adjusting backwards, selling the spot, come into players, stop, umpires hand the ball to the line of scrimmage official who can put it on the ground, and then referees, you can make your decision of first down for A or B, as well as measurement possibilities. So very nicely done by the crew, and just be aware of line to gain and goal line responsibilities inside the 10 and 5. This is another example of a long pass play down the middle that results in a touchdown, right down the seam again, and then ends up to the outside. Again, line of scrimmage officials, we're going to hold the line till the pass is imminent, then we're going to take off. Back judge, excellent positioning, ready for the receiver to cross the goal line with the ball in his possession. Again, like the last play, just a reminder, back judges, when we have the goal line, we're going to act like there's a camera in our belt, and we're going to turn and face those players. So we have a good look of the action after the touchdown is scored. So we can't forget to officiate after the touchdown is scored. We got to turn and face those players so we know what they're up to. They get together and celebrate normally, which is totally fine, but we want to be able to have eyes on it just in case that does not occur. But excellent positioning by the back judge. He's there waiting. Very nicely done on that. Good coverage by the crew. Just make sure we turn and face players. On this play, we're going to have a play at the 3-yard line, begins at the 3-yard line. We have a line to gain at the 2, and then the goal line after that. Typically, plays inside the 5, as we mentioned earlier. We're going to break to the goal line of scrimmage officials, and then we can adjust back to get forward progress. What I'd like to see on this kind of a play is make sure that we are in a good position to see the line to gain, as this is the most important aspect of this play. We need to get line to gain first and then goal line. Goal line is always a very important line on the field. It's typically our money line that we have to deal with, but in this case, the more important line to deal with is the line to gain. So make sure we're in good position to view progress. With this play, we do get a really good spot. If you look at the replay, the slow motion replay, you'll see that when the knee is down, that is where the ball is. They had to gain a big line, which was the 2-yard line. Referee sees that they don't gain that big line, and then he dispenses of the first down for the defense in a quick, efficient fashion. So line of scrimmage officials typically breaking to the goal line on plays inside the 5, but make sure we're in good position to see the line to gain. And then if there isn't a line to gain involved, I do like that when we're at the goal line that we try to get as deep as we can to officiate that play so we can officiate it safely. So again, good positioning, good awareness of the line to gain, and very nice mechanics and sell. Good job by the crew. In this play, I want to talk about punt mechanics, especially as it relates to punts that potentially threaten the goal line. So typical punt scrimmage kick formation, punt down near the goal line, back judge, excellent positioning on the goal line. This is where we want to be in this play, and then we can work forward. Nice, calm, 2 swipes and point. Very well handled back judges. Umpires, just a point of note, when we're going to our position, whether it's our normal scrimmage down position or a scrimmage kick position, let's try to backpedal to our position, because if we turn our back on the line of scrimmage, we're not going to be able to view full starts. If they snap the ball, we're going to be running for our life. So just make sure that we back up to our position. That way we can keep everything in front of us. But again, line judges releasing on the snap. Head linesman, you can go once it's kicked. Back judge, excellent positioning on the goal line, and then calm disposition of the end of the play. Here we have another play inside the 5-yard line. Again, line of scrimmage officials going to the goal line at the snap and then working backwards to get progress. I want to point out the umpire's mechanics here. This is excellent. This is exactly what we want. Get in there and pin the ball to the ground exactly where you find it, and then let the line of scrimmage officials determine progress or touchdown. Line of scrimmage officials come in on the field of play, whether it's going to be a touchdown or not, because you can always move back to the goal line. If we come in on the goal line, then we're telling everyone that we have forward progress in the end zone, which would be a touchdown. So come in on the field of play. But I wanted to point out the umpire mechanics here. This is excellent. Get in, pin the ball, and then let the line of scrimmage officials make a determination on progress or touchdown. Let's close this training tape with an excellent example of mechanics, judgment, positioning. This is just really well done by the crew here, in particular the line judge on this play. So we're going to have a rollout to the right side. First unusual piece of this is we have a shovel pass. So just remember, shovel passes, if they hit the ground, we're going to have an incomplete pass. Sometimes they catch us off guard, but we have a shovel pass. Then we have a toe tapper, catch, no catch. Other factors, progress, all sorts of things that the officials have to take into account, and we do an excellent job of doing that. So we maintain our spot at the line of scrimmage until the pass is imminent, then we can move, but we don't need to in this case. We're going to be looking for the feet first, so when we look at toe tappers, catch, no catch on the sideline, we go feet, then ball. Okay, so we don't want to go to the ball first and then go to the feet, because we're going to lose that perspective of whether the feet were in bounds. So go to the feet first and then go to the ball looking for possession. He maintains possession as he goes to the ground. We wind the clock properly as he's pushed backwards in the field of play. And then the final part that's done really well in this play is the line judge. He continues to officiate players, dead ball officiating, but then he looks across the field and gets the cross-field spot from the head linesman. So really well done by the head linesman to help with the spot. You'll see comes up nice and slow and then looks across the field for the spot. So we shouldn't be hyper about the spot as the line judge here, and he is not. Does an excellent job of being deep. He's deep into the white, good depth and perspective. He can watch that quarterback roll to his side, keep an eye on the receivers, turn, toe tapper, catch, no catch, then finally get the spot, and then also clock status. So just really well done. Excellent mechanics, positioning, and communication of the crew. So really good play to finish on. Okay, that will do it for training tape number 1 for the 2019 season. Hopefully these plays are helpful for you as we get going. Remember to get out, see some snaps next week. We have a scrimmage the following Saturday after this one, and it's always helpful to see some plays before you get going with that first kickoff of the year. So we'll have another training tape middle of next week or so, and then also included with this training tape we'll also have a training tape for the 40-second play clock. So be sure to take a look at that, back judges especially, and then if you are a play clock operator, this is something that you would be utilizing as well. So have a great weekend, and we'll connect with you next week.